Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm Gail Zintek, and I'm here with a friend of mine, Dakota Shannon, who is from Miamisburg, Ohio. Is that correct?
Miamisburg, Dayton, Ohio.
Dayton,
Correct.
Ohio. So we're here to talk a little bit about promptings and send out cards. And Dakota's been using the service for, well, we figured out about 7 or 8 years now. So I'm going to let him introduce who he is. And then I've got a few questions for you, Dakota, that maybe can help inspire other agents who may have been, just kind of floating along and looking for um, something that's going to fit into their business model, their mode, and be not only automative, automated, but
Yeah.
maybe, but personal as well. And a little background, I've been using this service as a real estate agent for 17 years. And I've also been building it as a gratitude consultant and consulting other agents just like Dakota who are using this. And so I'm going to turn it over to you, Dakota, like introduce who you are, where you're from, and a little bit about your background in real estate. And then I've got some questions for you.
Great. Well, I just hit the 11-year mark now with being in the real estate business. Got my license, I guess we could do the math. Yeah, 2013. With that and before send out cards was I was using fairy tale brownies for my listing appointments from a coach or somebody told me about them and then also with home anniversaries and stuff I was ordering cards online. You get like a 1 year, 2 year, all the way up to actually did all the way up to like 7 years or whatnot, and would have to, handwrite those cards and then put them in this little category box of January's. All right, send those out for the week 1, week 2, week 3 of January's, and doing all this. And it was, as the business started to grow and stuff, you had more of those, and you're like, I ain't got, it's hard to keep up with everything. So I wanted to find a service or something that would help automate my business.
Awesome. So, what then specifically drew you to promptings? And it's been called send out cards for years, rebranded over the last couple years to promptings. So some of you who might be hearing this may be familiar with send out cards, but then also I'm going to be referring to it as prompting. So, what drew you to promptings back when you joined with us?
It was kind of just finding a service that provided cards and kind of brownies and goodies that I could send to my past clients that I could kind of set ahead of time where I don't have to worry about me being able to recall going to the post office to drop them off and all that. So it was, I can't recall where I searched. It might have been a one of these BNI groups with somebody or somebody somewhere. It was so long ago, I can't remember. But and then I just watched looked at send out cards and uh went smooth selling ever since. Signed up and
So you've been utilizing the cards, the automation side where you can just kind of set it. And we've talked about you not only do this for the home anniversaries, but you have branched out now and how many people receive cards from you annually in your business and personal life?
oof. I mean, I signed a 400 packet, not that long ago, and that was just for a few. So I don't, I send what, 500 to 600 cards a year on it would be a guess.
Okay. Awesome. And do you have, did you going into this, seeing this and as a business owner, I'm sure you did some cost comparisons, but I'm just curious, do you have an annual marketing budget that you focus on?
I don't actually. So I have a program I use that helps when it gets taken on my account, but I don't have like a budget. It just
Okay.
or it's part of my advertising budget, but I haven't got to the point where I was like, uh-oh, I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I need to start tightening on things, but it's just this is what I pay for it and stuff. So
So in
I
your use of the service, have you would you experience direct results from the activity of sending cards and gifts?
Yeah. So earlier on, my business was like, 80%, well, probably not that much, but 70% it was from cold calling and like building it up. And it's just as I continue to build clients and, send out my cards and just staying on top of mine, it was crazy with my having I had a daughter last year in October. So this year I was not nearly as proactive as I could have been with on the phone and doing my, calling for sale by owners, expired, circle prospecting, and just looking at pretty much most of my business this year was all past clients, and I'll be doing about the same as I did last year. So which I made a lot more prospecting calls. So it was kind of nice to see that past clients have been. I'm staying on top of mine with past clients.
Awesome. Well, you can, and you can't beat that. So the importance on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is it to stay in touch with people? And how often do you stay in touch over the course of a year?
How often? So with I mean, I guess they're getting their birthday cards, they're getting their home anniversary cards. I do use a different service for my monthly mailers. They get a coupon or something in the mail with a good restaurant or something to do. So that, and then I'm also doing started doing restaurant of the month email and stuff, and maybe property of the month if there's a good deal. So I'm sending out 2 to 4 emails, and then whatever I just mentioned then with the mailers. And
Awesome.
then I also added some text messages and stuff. So I have another text service where I have all my birthdays, text messages going to be sent out and stuff for next year and things like that. So not only are they getting the birthday card from send out cards or promptings, they're also getting a birthday text as well.
Nice. And how often do you get personal responses from people who receive those text messages and those birthday cards?
I'd say, a few times a month, and then I have to kind of look up on send out cards. What was it I sent? Or like, I had to do that a couple weeks ago when somebody referred me a client, a listing. So even if I do get the listing or if I don't get the listing, the person who referred them to me will get a card with a couple brownies in there. Just say thank you for thinking of me and your and that. So I did not recall why Morgan sent me a text message saying thank you because I talked to her husband more, but it was her. So yeah.
Uh, Yeah, and I think it's important for people to understand that um, just because you're sending out cards, birthday cards, maybe the brownies as gifts, and you don't hear back from people, it's not necessarily because they don't appreciate it. It's because they get busy in their own life and they receive that, and you know that it touches them. I've had many instances in my own business and life where I won't hear from somebody and it kind of shocks me, but then I'll go to their house. I went to a house 5 years after we sold it to them as a return listing follow-up with them, and the picture of their family on vacation was on the refrigerator. So like I don't remember getting a thank you for that, but I got the call to come and talk about listing their home. So just important for you all that are listening to this replay, just know when what you send out in life comes back to you. And when you're sending out that gratitude, you're sending to give, not to get something in return. But I think Dakota and I can both testify to our experience with this, that it comes back multiplied. So you mentioned that you have an opportunity to maybe share what you're doing, because I know people are visual learners and they want to say, well, that's great, but what are you doing? Can I see what you're doing? Can I see behind the curtain? So Dakota's going to just share some of the things, the campaigns that he has set up that now do you set these up yourself, Dakota?
Correct.
Okay.
Building my, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Uh, well, we set the Christmas cards out, which so there's that. A new one I just added because I mostly focus on sellers is the buyer pass inspection. So they'll just get a a card. Sometimes I'll add brownies to it. And congrats and just a little like, this is one of the bigger milestones to passing and stuff. So just kind of rolling out the red carpet service, or you're on Facebook and you see somebody that had a baby, you just kind of copy screenshot that image, and I have a landscape version and the portrait version of it, and let's see if it loads up. So nothing so sweet as tiny little baby feet. I just
No one knows that better than you and your beautiful wife.
And then they'll get like depending on it, I'll add one of either a pink. I think send out cards has or promptings has the pink giraffe or the blue giraffe kind of stuffed animals. I just added some new ones because we had some more. I had some more cards to use up. So got Happy Halloween. So for Valentine's Day, we got You're the heart of my business and saying something sweet about that. So
And so, uh, what I want people to understand is you have the ability then to take this campaign that you've created. Let's take the Valentine one well, let's take Christmas because you just sent this one out.
yeah.
So and we don't have to actually send it again, or if you haven't, but well, you can see right there
A
how
little more.
many recipients that received it, but you can go up to the send order, show people how easy it is to send this campaign.
Yep, so send order, select all, and this is where you add the gifts sometimes that they're extra special.
Mhm.
So, and then just add the recipients there.
Awesome. Okay, so the simplicity of being able to create a campaign, you have the campaign that you can use over and over again. You've done a great job of personalizing your campaigns with your memes and your little emoji people. And I'm sure that's what makes it fun for people to receive them because they're very personalized.
Yeah. Or once we go under contract, so little cute little letter to the sellers that we'll stay on top of mind, let them know we'll need anything. So yeah.
Very cool. Well, thank you for sharing those campaigns.
Another one that hits at the heartstring. Let's see if I can pull that one up real quick. This one hits. I always get a few text messages or something like, "Oh, the you see the all dogs go to heaven," and so
And just, taking images of their pet and putting it in a
yeah, that's both
card.
online and
Though that's very special. Yeah, pets are like, they are family members to many people in today's day and age, and I concur that those are very special cards to send out and to receive.
I don't know how to stop sharing, but there we go.
Okay, let's see.
Mm,
Continue. Well, I up at the top, can you see where it says,
Zoom.
there we go. I got it.
Good, thank you.
Zoom has its way of changing things. So in your years of use of this, it looks like you do a lot of, would you say you do more of the campaign type cards that are pre-designed that you've pre-designed yourself versus the one-off cards that are sent out?
Yes.
Okay.
So just have a system in place. It just keeps it easier. So for me to, hey, create this is the time I usually create next year's birthday cards. This is next year's home anniversary. And then I have a checklist of once we hit these parts of under contract, or hey, once I get the listing, they get a hey, let's do this kind of thank you for hiring me. I'll be like the captain of a airplane and sure we'll have some turbulence, blah blah blah. So there's
Mhm.
a checklist for that. And once we go under after we pass inspection, there's a reminder to just click and send. So for the after the inspections and stuff like that. So it's just click it and forget it.
So people I know are going to say, well, how much does this cost you to do all this? And do you have a general idea of how much you spend each year on promptings and sending cards?
I wish I have it on my program. I don't remember. I know we're spending 17 bucks a month on just the basic kind of service, and then you could do $3 a card there, but you can make it cheaper, which I try to do as well, and buy, system packs where they end up being how much for the 400? I know you saved me some money because I ordered two of the wrong thing, and you're like, Dakota, what are you doing? You should have bought this. I was like, oh, thank you. So luckily,
Yes, yes. Always connect with your consultant to find out what is the best deal for you. And especially when you're doing the bulk sends, like around the holidays, this is December 12th, I believe it is, and people are sending out their holiday cards for Christmas, for New Year's, and they have a list of people. This is where we really focus on that list of people. And if you're going to be sending to 100 people, 200 people, 300 people, there are different pricing strategies available within the system that will save you money. So a card is a card is a card now. We don't have to think about, is it a heartfelt or is it a scheduled card? It's just a card. So you mentioned $3 a card. You can be on a basic plan for $17 a month, which gives you full access to your contact management system. And you mentioned something earlier in this conversation about Morgan texted you and you're like, let me go, what did I send? And one
yeah.
of the biggest values that I have found in utilizing this service for over 17 years is the ability to go back and see what you sent people.
Yep.
Because when we're doing things on automation, oh, it's, you have your list, it's through inspections. This is the card that goes out, and you're doing it in a routine, and you do many, it's hard to remember because, we're busy and you have, your focus is on your business and on your family and on the things that are going on. But it's really nice to be able to come back and say, oh, that's right. And that made a difference. And I think when those type of things happen, it's just a reminder to us that it is important to stay in touch. It is important to reach out in kindness. And having a system available where you don't have to go buy the thing or go, like you mentioned, go to the post office. It's just create, design, click,
Automate.
and off it goes. So is there anything else that we haven't talked about regarding this that you'd like to add before we sign off?
I don't know. I think I shared a decent amount of what I'm doing to help grow my business or help not make phone calls and hopefully keep my sphere continuing to stay on top of mind. So I don't
Awesome.
think I have anything else.
All right. And I guess if people are looking to refer realtors into your area, you mentioned you're in the greater Dayton area.
Correct.
All
Only
right.
there's only Dakota and Dayton, Ohio. So
Okay.
currently, it's only Dakota Realtor.
And if you're watching this, Dakota's been a great customer of mine. I've appreciated his continued use of this service. It's a great opportunity for me to be a gratitude consultant for you, Dakota. And if you're watching this and you have a need, something inspired you about this that like I want to do what he does, reach out. I'm here to help. I'll put my contact information in here through the recording so that you would know how to find me. And Dakota, again, all the best to you as we close out 2024 and look forward to an amazing 2025. What are you most excited about going into the new year?
I've got a lot of changes, changing up my CRM, my coaching. So I'm just kind of excited to hit the ground after I've been working on my business too much. So I'm ready to get back into the business, along with having a new kid, a baby boy in March. So all kinds of fun stuff happening.
Awesome. Well, thanks again for joining me today. I appreciate you, and we'll be in touch.
Absolutely. Sounds good.